What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is time for the Nightmares Minicast. It's like Nightmares podcast, except just the junior version. Today we're going to talk about a movie upcoming. It was supposed to come out in 2020, but is now coming out in this year, in 2021. Allegedly,
yeah. I don't even know if it's coming out this year.
Dude, I have no idea. Like
anything that's slated for 2021, I say allegedly until it's actually released.
Anything that was slated for 2020 is alleged at this point, unless you're an HBO movie or Warner Brothers or whatever. I don't give a shit anymore.
Really, anything tied to that company.
D all of the above, aka AT&T. Anyway. So that being said, it's been an anticipated movie quite a bit, and I'm hanging out with the two knuckleheads here as per usual. Go to Zach, wave.
What's up?
Go to Brandon, wave like an idiot. And actually, for the first time, pushing the buttons and helping us out on the technical side is Hunter.
Hello, Hunter.
Thank you so much, Hunter.
What the hell do you mean first time? It was here last week. The only problem is your dumbass didn't say anything.
It wasn't my dumbass. It was actually Brandon's dumbass because it was his topic and he was running the show.
You're the dumbass who likes to talk.
You are the dumbass that likes to talk.
I guess I am the dumbass that likes to talk. But I wanted to give Hunter a quick shout out because he is helping us out, pushing buttons. We finally have a professional behind there, which is nice. And that is my version of giving Hunter a compliment. So obviously, I can only go so far. I'm kind of
That's a
dick.
version of a compliment, or was a compliment?
I'm kind of a dick, so I can't like go all the way to a compliment, but I can come kind of close.
Fucking blonde.
What are we talking about today, Mark?
We're talking about Spiral. Like I said, it's the Chris Rock starring and Chris Rock produced movie. It is another continuation, I guess, of the Saw franchise or the Saw universe. It looks really good. It's pretty much looks like Seven, honestly. But for the most part, it has Samuel L. Jackson in there as well. I think the biggest thing for me is, and what I'm interested about, is Chris Rock is starring for the first time and producing the first time a horror film. And, we've seen this, with another person, obviously Jordan Peele taking on horror that was all traditionally comedic, which it can be successful. So I'm really interested to see.
In Peele's case, I guess Peele had always wanted to make horror movies, like even before he was known for being a comedic actor. And actually what made him decide and I guess he's actually given up acting altogether, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the experience that made him go, I'm not going to act anymore, and I'm just going to focus on producing and writing and directing horror movies, is he was offered the chance to be the voice of the poop emoji for the Emoji Movie. And he was like, no. And then he was thinking about it, and he was like, well, let me ask my agent like how much they're offering, at least. And so he asked his agent, and then his agent got back to him, and they were like, they already went with Patrick Stewart. And Peele was just like, is this what my acting career has come to? So then he made Get Out, and the rest is history.
And that answers that question. So it could be really good, but the interesting thing is that it definitely seems like far more of a horror drama, and there's a little bit more of an acting chop. So you're questioning it on two different angles. You're questioning it on his producerial side and handling all that stuff, and then also the acting side. The acting side I'm really interested in because I've seen a lot of Chris Rock movies.
Yeah.
He's not really known for acting. Like, he's very funny.
And we are sort of in this sort of, like, renaissance for comedic actors becoming dramatic actors. Like, we just had Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
True.
We just had Vince Vaughn in Brawl and Cell Block 99 and other dramas, which Vince Vaughn has won, like, I think his first, like, real dramatic role in this time period was True Detective Season 2, which I did not like the season, and I did not like him in the season. But then he was in Brawl, he was in Dragged Across Concrete, he was in Hacksaw Ridge, and he was, of course, in Freaky recently, which is more comedic, but, more serious comedic in a way. /is not. But yeah, he's actually grown to be a pretty good dramatic actor, I think. So.
Well, when they were interviewing Robin Williams on Inside the Actors Studio, they said, one of the quotes they brought up during that time was, "You can successfully pretend to be serious, but you cannot pretend to be funny. Like, it either is or it is not." Robin Williams was like, yeah, like when it works, it's great. When it doesn't work, it's like a turd in a punch bowl. Like, there's no way out of not being funny. And there's something to be said from the actor's perspective of when you're with comedy, you have to be honest. And you have to be honest because otherwise the audience can see it. They can see it right away. You have to be true. You have to be on top of your game. And it's a really easy transition to go from comedy to drama because with comedy you have to already be honest and involved in this world and committed to this world. So drama is just, one other thing. You're just switching it up slightly. In horror, and I've said this a million times, horror and comedy have very similar beats. So, it's not a stretch to see him in this. You're taking on a lot. You're taking on the franchise, and you're also taking on a drama horror.
Yeah, and the other interesting thing I find about the credits on Spiral are he did bring back Darren Lynn Bousman as the director, which he directed Saw 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
I don't know if he directed any other ones beyond that, but I know he did 2, 3, and 4. He also did Repo, the Genetic Opera.
One of my personal favorites.
I feel like there was something else that he's done, but it's not coming to me. But yeah, so he is somebody that was there behind the camera for probably the high point of the franchise. I mean, Zach, I know you're more of a Saw fan than
Honestly,
I am.
after 3, everybody just started watching that shit for, all right, how's this motherfucker gonna die?
Okay, so he directed 2 and 3 at least.
Yeah.
So
2 and 3 were good. The 4th one was just yeah, you could have made it, but did you need to? Have fucking more kills. Who gives a shit?
the 4th one had some pretty good production design behind the scenes, like those transitions where it's like a character walks from one location to the other. They actually built the sets like that, so that was all done in camera. So there are some technical things that I can appreciate for 4. Story wise, I feel like it's the kind of movie you make fun of it with friends.
Again, you're watching it for the kills.
Yeah.
Nothing else at this
5
point.
was probably my least favorite of that.
Again,
Yeah.
kills.
The
Every single movie except for the last one to come out, just because everybody was like, all right, fuck it, what are they doing? It's just you're watching it for the kills. You don't care anymore.
I know Jigsaw, which is like the eighth
Yep,
one?
that was the last one
Yeah,
that came
the 8th
out.
one, that was done by the brothers that did Daybreakers, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Jigsaw was good. I enjoyed it. It was a prequel and a sequel at the same time.
Okay. Was that one also very trap oriented? I know nothing about that one. So how would you describe? So that was very trap
Oh yeah,
oriented.
there was still it's
Yeah.
a Saw movie. If you have a Saw movie where you have a guy doing the kills, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, because the trailer for Spiral kind of looks like they're taking it a lot more from the investigator's point of view
Correct.
rather than the trapeze point of view.
correct. It's dealing
But
with
of course, it's just a trailer, so it's who knows how much can they show in the trailer versus how much do they want to show in the trailer?
Let's hope it's very little do they want to show in the trailer. It seems like more of the investigative, and that's kind of where I got the and also too of how it's shot. The shot and that concept reminded me a lot of Seven. It's a lot of that type of thing, but. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested to see. I mean, Samuel Jackson is in it, and that's always a fun time.
Oh, that's the whole reason I'm curious to see it. I just want to see Samuel Jackson scream "motherfucker" as he's getting murdered.
Which you do see
in the trailer.
half of that in the trailer.
Yeah, so there is that. And then they say in the trailer that Saul's now targeting specifically cops. So there's a whole other thing with that. So I mean, it looks really interesting. I hope I think I want it, with the exception of Samuel Jackson, who is going to do Samuel Jackson thing. I'm hoping that they stick more into the drama of it rather than going balls to the wall like the rest of the later Sauls.
Well, like you said, it has the cinema of photography of 7, so I think they're going to follow that route.
We do it just to see Brandon's face. Look at that face.
We just got a subscriber just for that.
Yeah, we did.
Remember, the correct term is cinema of photography, not cinematography, not photography, not photography of cinema of photography.
Can we get back to talking about Spiral, please?
Nothing makes Zach and I happier to laugh when Brandon, is questioning his life choices.
I'm not questioning my life choices.
Just mine. Anyway, so overall, it definitely feels like a really interesting movie. I'm very curious to see what Chris Rock does with the character acting wise. Again, like I said before, not really known for the best acting in the world. I mean, it's one of those things that
he was in Fargo season 4 this past year.
Was he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't watched that season yet,
Right.
but he has been doing at least something dramatic as well.
Okay, so he probably got a taste of it, and he's like, I want to try this a little bit more. But again, though, there's always a first movie. There's always a first movie where they have to, they have to give it a shot. They have to try. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And like you said, there seems to be a renaissance of comedic actors getting into more dramatic work. So, and I hope it's a good Saw movie. I hope it does.
And not even just actors, like even writers too. Like the writer of the Hangover sequels was in charge. He was the creator and writer of the Chernobyl miniseries on HBO.
Which nothing could be further from funny. That's
which if you haven't seen that yet, that is fantastic. It was just fantastic.
I've heard great things.
You've seen Chernobyl, right?
Yeah, great miniseries. Watched it all in one day. Actually, I was very impressed.
You would never guess it was written by the writer of the Hangover sequels.
Those movies were fucking terrible.
I
don't give a shit what anybody says. That first movie was not nearly as funny as everybody made it out to be.
I loved 1, loved parts of 2, hated 3.
I liked 1. I just didn't like just how overboard everybody went with it. Like, is it a good movie? Is it a funny movie? Yeah. Is it like the greatest thing since chopped bread? No.
I think like most things in life, the fandom sometimes kills the movie.
Dude, the only funny part about that movie was the dude got left on the roof for like 3 days or something like that. That was it. And then the only reason I find that funny is because I can picture myself doing that to one of my friends at some point.
Wes.
Now, when you say one of...
Thank you.
It's Wes. Who the hell else would it be?
I was trying to get him to say it.
Even though I didn't know Wes back then, I knew I'm just like, I'm going to end up in a stupid situation like this one day, and I'm going to leave some poor bastard on a roof in Vegas.
And he happens to be getting married in the next couple of months, so there's that. But anyway, we
got to get him to Vegas.
Oh, God. God help us all. But I do think that I'm looking forward to it. I just hope that they lean into the drama as opposed to getting too ridiculously fucking silly. There should be only one a little bit over dramatic character, and that should be Samuel L. Jackson, and let him do his thing. But for the most part, no one should be winking to the fucking camera. Like, that's what I don't want to happen. Like, I actually want this to be I
want them to stay true with the drama and everything, but I want them to make the traps scary again. I don't want the horror to be lost in the drama. But it's I think this is an opportunity to get away from just how ridiculous some of those traps got in the later movies and make it serious and scary.
I mean, if you did a fucking montage of all the different things, you could play circus music behind it. Like, I mean, like, literally. It's...
Zach, do that for us.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, you know what? He gets you back for the cinema of photography, so,
Cinema of photography?
That is correct.
So we're going with cinema of photography now.
That is correct.
Take us out, Mark.
Take us out, Johnny. I think that this could be really interesting and really good. I'm hoping that they do exactly what you just said, which is leaning to the drama and not doing horror for the sake of horror. I think that's a good sentiment. I'm certainly curious to see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's worth the wait. Because I saw this trailer a long time ago, and then the movie fucking disappeared in the mess that is 2020 and COVID. So I'm very curious to see what they do. So thank you so much for checking out this Minicast. We really appreciate you coming and hanging out. Brandon, where can they find us on all of our social medias?
You can find us on social media at Midwest Horror Network on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and
Slasher. And, of course, if you are checking us out on YouTube, if you can smash that like button, stab that subscribe, and click that little dingy bell to be notified every time we drop amazing content right here on MHN. And, hey, if you've already smashed the subscribe button, go ahead and smash the share button. That'd be awesome, too. We appreciate you so much. We are so happy that we're finally doing video. I know last week we did video as well. We're going to start getting more and more, and we finally got the fucking setup we wanted. So thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye.